pirates of old were vicious and violent thieves. Or at least that's what history tells us. But the thing about history is that it all depends on who's telling the story. Is it his story, or is it an alternative perspective? If we listen to the voices of the marginalized, if we shine their stories like light on history, we can see the pirates of the Golden Age as activists in a social justice movement. The late 16 and early 1700s was the dawn of capitalism, coinciding with the development of state as feudalism passed away. There were naval ships roaming the seas and constant bloody battle. Colonialism was running rampant. Indigenous people everywhere were being massacred. Africans were being kidnapped and sold into slavery. Public hangings and beatings were daily news. Single moms, such as myself, who weren't lucky enough to have a rich father or a kind husband to support and own them, were living against all odds. Single moms were fucked. You could be caught stealing a loaf of bread to feed your kids and be shipped halfway around the world to some godforsaken land. Sure, pirates were thieves. Some of them were probably psychopaths, but they helped make the world a better place. The first democracies in the modern era could be found on pirate ships. They elevated the quartermaster to the level of captain, creating a two-party system, both of whom were voted in. 10 years before England institutionalized a second house of government. 50 years before a group of men founded the United States of America on similar principles. On board pirate ships, everyone had a fair say and a vote. People of color, women, even the ship's boy. There's even documented same-sex marriages. It's estimated that 30% of the pirates of the Golden Age were Africans freed from slave ships. Pirates insisted on fair pay, health insurance, workplace injury compensation. It's taken 300 years of struggle to bring these same principles to the mainstream. And sure, we've come a long way, but we're not even there yet. On a pirate ship, they had something called a pirate's code, which was a detailed description of what was going to happen on board financially and all the rules and guidelines of the ship. Captain and the quartermaster, maybe the ship's surgeon, would make 2 to 4 times what the average sailor would make on board. Compare that to today's CEOs that sometimes make up to 320 times what the average worker makes. Our economic system is the same system that the pirates were disrupting. A system based on slavery. Sure, it's not as obvious as it used to be, but that's because most of it is outsourced. We can't see it in the first world. Places like the Congo, where children are slaving in inhumane conditions for the minerals in our cell phones. Our economic system is based on plundering resources, exploitation, and environmental degradation.